fight, every moment is dream. No TV, we're living the dream. Roaring engines, pixels bursting like flames. Digital warriors, no face, just names. Science going for the sweet finish line. Sweat-soaked battles outside space and time. No TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Like a flag, every moment is dream. No TV, we're living the dream. Roaring engines, pixels burst like flames. Digital warriors, no face, just names. Giants calling for the sweet finish line. Sweat-soaked battles outside space and time. No TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. It's like a flag, every moment is dream. No TV, we're living the dream. Strap me in, fuel me with untamed speed. Data in the storm, all the rush I need. Glitches on the edge, chaos in the stream. Sim racing paradise, unraveling the sea. No TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. It's like a flag, every moment is dream. No TV, we're living the dream. Flashing with the dark baritone hum. Engines scream till the wild hearts succumb. Virtual roads where the asphalt sweat fire. Chasing glory through the chaos of desire. No TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment is dream. No TV, we're living the dream. Roaring engines, pixels bursting like flames. Digital warriors, no face, just names. Science going for the sweet finish line. Sweat-soaked battles outside space and time. No TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. It's like a flag, every moment is dream. No TV, we're living the dream. Roaring engines, pixels burst like flames. Digital warriors, no face, just names. Giants calling for the sweet finish line. Sweat-soaked battles outside space and time. No TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. It's like a flag, every moment is dream. No TV, we're living the dream. Fuel burns in the glow of the pixel blaze. The rubber moves roll with a fist clenched tight. Your TV lights up the endless night. Fight to fight, we live the speed. No TV feeds our endless need. Heartbeats pound and engines climb. Best broadcast under the virtual sky.
And welcome back to Nerd TV for another OTSS Select Series race, live from the virtual Rockingham Speedway here for the North Carolina 150, I think it's what's being dubbed here, as we're going to get set here for the second to final race of the 2026 inaugural season as we get our countdown to green underway, presented by Icon Apparel Company here. Here on the track, or on the screen rather, is your track stats, your race stats, the weather, all that shenanigans. Right there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Air temp 70, track temp though not reflecting that at all, with a 95-degree surface, 13 miles an hour of winds, which at a short track like track, don't know if it's going to play too much of a difference, but then partly cloudy. I see some small white puffy clouds floating around the North Carolina area here. My name is Jeremy Stanley, aka Jay Swifty. To my right side, Dustin Logston doing double duty with the button pressing, the drone flying, and the creative talking. What's going on?
Ready to see what these guys can do here at the Rock, man. Iconic track, and what a way to end out this season, Jeremy. I mean, these guys went from North Wilkesboro last week to the Rock this week, and then ending it out at Homestead Miami Speedway. Good, very challenging 3-track set to round out this inaugural championship season. And Jeremy, it is making the championship race ever so close. Like, we're not going to have a champion, dubbed or crowned at the end of tonight's race. It is going to go all the way to Homestead. It is that close between 3 drivers, and really, if you look at that 4th driver, he's kind of peeking in too. That 4th driver being DJ, he's kind of he's kind of peeking in. 5th place is too. So it could really, depending on what happens tonight, be a super close championship battle coming into Homestead next week.
Yeah, 4th and 5th place are tied, which, I was so focused on the top 3, like we've been talking about each week. DJ Honeycutt and Donnie Honeycutt, just 15 points out. So if there's any issues between EJ, Tyler, and Danny, those guys got a chance. They got a chance. I would take 6th place on back out. Like, they're 26 points and worse. That's a whole race plus some, so they're not in it for the championship. Maybe a top 3. Top 3 is still good bragging rights, but
it would take a lot. It absolutely would. For Bobby Mantle, 26 out, it would take a lot. It would take a horrible race by Luna, Tyler Honeycutt, Danny White, DJ, and Donnie Honeycutt to put him in contention. Like, they would have to wreck out early and literally finish dead last on up. So 23rd, 22nd, 21st, and 20th. And Bobby Mantle would have to win the race in order to really give himself a solid chance.
Yeah, 100% there for sure. And this league likes North Carolina, Dustin. We started at Charlotte, and then we just had North Wilkesboro. Right now we got Rockingham. So they like this area of the country. But then to my home state next week to finish this thing off. Homestead's a really cool track. It used to be boring for a while, but now it's just become like a fan favorite. And so I ain't gonna hate on it. It's in Florida, so that's cool with me, and it provides some excellent racing regardless with that multi-groove surface.
Yeah, progressive banking all the way. So it should be a good one.
So good. 100%. We got 20 seconds left in this practice session, and your top drivers are Donnie Honeycutt, DJ Honeycutt, which is your 4th and 5th place in points. Garrett Spriggs looking for a 4th checkered flag. Steven Abbassed and Jonathan Hammond.
Look at Steven Abbassed, 4th fastest in practice. Jonathan Hammond up there. We know that 92 can be fast, but I mean, Steven Abbassed, we can't say enough about him. We're not used to seeing that deuce up there in the times on the time charts for practice times, but I'm hoping we can see that transition. I would love to see the deuce of Abbassed have a good solid run tonight.
He could with those times I just posted up. We'll have to find out here as we have 130 laps to decide this race tonight, as we're going full screen without the cameras on because it is qualifying time. As I was asked by race control to highlight a certain truck. So in qualifying, here we go. Let's fire up and load up Jackson Clark in truck number 31 just for a moment, just to fulfill the wishes of the race control here. It's a truck that he painted personally and said, hey, Can you put me on camera for just a minute? And there you go. Green metallic flakes on the Dodge Ram. I like this truck.
It's a very good looking truck. It really is. And I know that some people are hit or miss on the Ram. I don't know. I love the front nose of the Ram. It's very clean. Kind of reminiscent of like that the way that the Ford looks. You know, that big wide front nose like that, flat, but definitely has that sporty look to it. So I'm glad to see some people out there and some drivers out there, sporting the Ram manufacturer banner there, with it being newly released as of just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised not more people jump to it. I'm sure there is in the official stuff, but the leagues, I kind of expected a flood of them. But they're going to stay dedicated to the brands that they've been running each and every single week, rather. As we got our live tower up on the left-hand side of your screen, checking out the current times posted in this qualifying session with 1.5 minutes in, 3.5 minutes remaining. And here's the twisted speed setups on board race telemetry from the vehicle of DJ Honeycutt, driver of the 15.
Yeah, and this is one of your drivers that are currently tied for fourth place. So it's between DJ and Donnie at 15 points out, and they were the fastest two. And Jeremy, would you know it, they are picking up right where they left off in practice. Donnie Honeycutt currently holding that pole time. DJ clocks in at second, very close, about a tenth off their times there. So they're picking up right where they left off.
Yes, they are 100% here. This track is very rhythmic. You want to, especially turn 1 and turn 2. It's very easy to get too tight or too loose off of turn 2. That is usually a coffin corner here. 3 and 4, actually, it's kind of a multi-groove surface all the way around, especially 1 and 2. But 3 and 4, you can actually run that middle to upper lane. Somehow there's some grip up there, and we'll see it. Not in this qualifying session, though. The goal is to just get the truck to the bottom, right? Just like how Steven Abbott's doing. This is why he was top 5 in practice. He's got this line hooked up as he comes across here the back straightaway. And turn number 3, good solid line, just a quarter lane up from the white lane. And here we go. This is going to complete a second lap. A little high there on the front straightaway. Parks him P3. Great job there so far.
Excellent run there by the two of Steven Abbott's. I mean, very clean 1 and 2. Like he couldn't plant that thing any more than what he did. Like I said, 3 and 4 was a little higher in 3 than what I would have liked, and his exit was a little higher. Still planted in P3 though. But Jeremy, what the heck do we know? That's why we're up in the booth calling it. Because I mean, hell, Abbott qualified 3rd, even with us pointing some of that stuff out. So it's going to be a fun race. Rockingham trucks. Let's get it going, baby.
A fantastic combo. Can't wait to get this thing going with just over a minute left in the qualifying session. A couple things to notate here. Race Control has informed us on the YouTube side that the 92 and the 94, so Jonathan Hammond in the 92
and Charlie Bass
and the 94 and the 9. Yeah, actually, you know what? I don't think Charlie is in session. He's supposed to be EOL, end of longest line, to start this race. 94, Charlie Bass not here. But the 92, though, Jonathan Hammond will be starting at the tail of the field regardless of his 10th place qualifying time. So just want to notate that. And I think there was 1 or 2 entries, Dustin, if I'm not mistaken, that was not going to make the race due to the charter system here. I know our Nerd Esports driver, Steve Rada, said he's in. He's locked in with his time. So I think that was Jared Hammond that was supposed to be not.
Yes,
correct?
Jared Hammond was one of the other ones, I believe, that it was going to have to come in on time. And Steve Rada obviously outqualified Hammond. So it looks like as it sits right now, based on the non-charter drivers, Jared Hammond is looking like he is going to miss out on the North Carolina 122 here at OTSS.
It's a shame, man. It's a shame. I know it's only 23 entries. I think we should let them all fly personally, but the charter system is cool and it challenges drivers to get better. And so it's a good thing to implement in your league. And before we get the grid going, we're going to thank our season sponsor here for the league of OTSS. That's going to be None other than Empower Ed Research Institute is a nonprofit organization committed to advancing education in communities through research, innovation, and collaboration. Through its research programs and services, Empower Ed Research Institute strives to harness the power of education to uplift individuals, foster community engagement, and affect positive change. Empower Ed Research Institute invites educators, researchers, and policymakers, community leaders, and individuals passionate about education to join us on our mission. Together, we can make a meaningful difference in the lives of learners and communities by visiting empoweredresearch.org. And here we go, Dustin. Starting lineup for the second to final race of the 2026 inaugural season. Tyler Honeycutt is going to start P1 there with Donnie Honeycutt in the 22, starting in position 2 in row 2. DJ Honeycutt in the 15. Steven Avocet does drop and starts back in P4. 5th place in row 3. Polly Torrance in truck 6. Dustin Franklin starting in 6th place. Position 7 belongs to Garrett Spriggs. EJ Luna does start in position 8. 9th place will be Brad Miner. And to his outside, to round out the top 10, Jonathan Hammond. Position 11 belongs to Danny White. Alex Zirkle takes P12. 13th, you're going to find Bobby Mantle in the truck 89. Abram Ghostin in the 25 starts in 14th. 15th place will be Curtis Noble. And then 16th place, the 31 of Jackson Clark. Row number 9, James Robbins in truck 76. And 17th, 18th will be Steve Rada. 19th place will be John Border in truck 7. Jared Hammond starts in P20. And then the final row of the race, Jonathan Gaston there in the 21st place. Chris Harrington starts in 22nd. Oh, and there's the 23rd. 23rd, Dave Harrington, P23. That's your 23 truck lineup there. Actually, it's going to be 22 because Jared Hammond was on the board for 20th, but he's the cutout driver. So he'll be not starting this race.
And we have an announcement, Jeremy. You have an announcement.
What you got?
So, as we all know, Empower Ed has been sponsoring a number of awards. We had the Calm in the Chaos Award. We had the driver on fire, the driver that gained the most positions over the first 7 races. We also have an award that's the Driver's Choice Award. And I can tell you right now, the Driver's Choice Award has been awarded. And this is an award that is chosen by your fellow competitors. You can't vote for yourself. You have to vote for another driver. And the drivers have spoken, Jeremy, and they have spoken in great detail. Your driver choice winner, Danny White, guy that is going for the championship points, running second, has been in battle with EJ Luna all season long. His fellow competitors have voted him the Driver's Choice Award winner for this OTSS inaugural season.
White picking up a cool award there for the drivers. That's a cool one, right? So the peers love them. And they give them the award, which is awesome to hear. As we go, green flag for the second to final time of the 2026 season. Turn 1, turn 2 looks like clean start to this race. For the North Carolina 122 is the official number here, as we're still 2 wide for race lead. 3rd, 4th, 5th, single file to complete lap number 1. Tyler Honeycutt does lead the race to the line.
Yeah, it's side by side right now back here for 10th, and that is actually 8th. You do have Tyler Honeycutt back there. You have Danny White, Steven Abiced, Dustin Franklin. They're all back there, and actually that's Brad Miner. And man, their cars at certain angles look the same. That's Brad Miner in the 46. I'm sorry, Tyler. Tyler's up there in 3rd. But, Jeremy, this is a very unique track. It's a fun track to run. It's a very racy track. Fuel window for these drivers, 75 to 80 laps they can run on this. So theoretically, they can one-stop this if they can keep it green and lean all the way to the end.
As Tyler Honeycutt goes from 1st to 4th there from that start. And dropping back, maybe playing the tire-saving game here as EJ Luna's now on the back bumper of that 45 truck here. 2 guys in for points contention as Danny White's just a few trucks back, lurking, trying to make some moves happen to put himself in a good spot here. Learn from the truck early on. You know there's going to be a lot of tire wear. There's potential beating and banging around this place. But right now we're almost 3 wide, Dustin, for this race lead.
Yeah, almost 3 wide as we jump on board with Garrett Spriggs with the Twisted Speed Setups onboard telemetry. as Donnie Honeycutt went wide on that one, got passed up by DJ Honeycutt, and now Garrett Spriggs trying to chase it down. Garrett almost thought about taking it 3 wide, thought better of it, decided to go back, and now he is going hard on the outside, and DJ just gives it to him on that. DJ, again, good veteran move. Too early to race. We got a lot of laps here. We can sit here and run this out, but now your race lead goes to the 81, Garrett Spriggs.
Garrett Spriggs, the man is on fire this season with 3 wins on a part-time schedule, 2 less starts compared to everybody else in the field that's ran all 10 races so far of this season. That's still a really high percentage of wins. As maybe, just maybe, we'll see that 4th one here in just over 100 laps or such. As we keep it single file through the first 7 laps of this race, Dustin, minus back there at about 10th or 11th. You got Jackson Clark passing the inside of the 89, Bobby Mansell, who's lost a couple spots this lap.
Yeah, he's lost a couple spots going back, and another driver that has lost a couple spots is actually, you can see him back there, that red truck. That's Steven Abbaset, started 4th, and now all the way back there behind Bobby Mantle as we ride on board with Bobby Mantle right now. So drivers have fallen back quite a bit. You talked about Tyler Honeycutt had fallen back. He started on the pole, fell back to 4th now. We talked about Bobby Mantle. He's slotted back there. 11 spots lost by Steven Abbaset, 7 by Jonathan Hammond. So a number of drivers have slid further back. But Jeremy, again, we have a decent amount of laps. We're working lap 9, but you got to remember, in comparison to a lot of other tracks, this is one of the shorter ones. If they stay green, these laps are going to tick fast, just like they did last week at North Wilkesboro.
They really will, actually. The lap times right now are in the 23-second bracket. They're going to drop to the 24s and potentially 25s, depending on the tire wear these trucks are producing around Rockingham. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But this could potentially, like you said, could be a sub 1 hour race. We've seen it before. We can see it again on the short tracks, which, you know, I've had discussion this past week with a couple people that I know, and you know, sometimes the short races are better because you can just have some fun with it and go all in without, you know, trying to plan different strategies. And so you get a couple long races in the season, and then you mix it up with a couple short ones. And this being one of the shorter ones, it produces a different vibe in these events.
It really does. I mean, and it's, you know, some drivers, it's a love-hate. They love the pit strategy, the fuel mileage. They love calculating, saving, and, you know, squeaking a win in there. They love the pit strategy, saving a set of tires at the end to sit here and try to come out a la Tyler Honeycutt and nab the win. But there's a number of drivers, like you said, that just absolutely love a race where they're like, okay, we can one-stop this, so we just go out there and run. The shorter races, they love it. You see good racing action right here between Brad Minor, Curtis Noble. There was a little bit of door contact there going through the last set of corners, and now they get that figured out. Brad Minor on the inside of Polly Torrance slips up a little bit, so close. Both hold on to it. Now Noble going to sit here and try to follow through. He passes Polly Torrance, and now still trying to put his nose on the inside of Brad Minor.
Really close. Danny White trying to get around Polly here in the truck number 6. At the line, Polly holds it that time to hold 5th place over Danny, who's trying to put himself into that top 5 still to this point. Actually, that was for 8th and 9th. My apologies. As the top 4 are starting to break away a little bit. Mid-run starting to kick in on these virtual set of Goodyear tires. And Dustin, we're going to thank one of our partners. It's going to be one I haven't mentioned in a little bit. We see him in the Victory Lane all the time. That's going to be Victory Fuel. Premium hydration drink loaded with electrolytes and daily vitamins with no added colors. Caffeine-free hydration that'll fuel anyone to victory. With its fully loaded amount of electrolytes, absence of caffeine, and low sugar content makes it the perfect drink to keep you hydrated and energized. No artificial colors, packed full of daily vitamins for overall health, and it's kid-friendly, so literally the whole family can drink it and stay healthy and hydrated and feeling good throughout the day. And you're going to get that all at drinkvictory.com. Promotion code SUPERNERD will save you 10% off.
Yeah, and somebody who is looking and hoping to drink all kinds of victories. This guy right here, it's Garrett Spriggs. You talked about this guy's been on a rail. You know, it's 3 wins on the season already, and he's not in the championship hunt because he missed a couple races. But Jeremy, that's one of those what if. What if he would have caught all races here? Where would he have been at in the point standings right now? Because right now he's out to over a 2.5-second lead over Donnie Honeycutt and DJ Honeycutt, who have been back here trying to swap paint off each other's trucks here for about the last 8-9 laps.
It's been fun to watch. I think there's a couple of different battles around the track that I've been paying attention to, and that's still that pack that's 7th through 10th. As you mentioned about 5 laps to go, and then also your race leaders as little backs of trucks are kind of just, set free here. And minus Garrett Spriggs, he's all by himself, but it's fun to watch the Honeycutts do this. Donnie, DJ, and Tyler hold 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Their nose to tail. Ghost Motorsports is on a mission here to try to be the top finishing team overall. But, that little 81 truck up front kind of spoiled that little party.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, you can see the graphic on the screen. They're doing very well, though. As it sits right now, I mean, we are 21 laps into this event already, Jeremy, and Ghost Motorsports holds 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 6th. I mean, they're doing pretty good right now as far as teams go. If you look at Garrett Spriggs and Sim Racing Fiends, they're not looking too bad either. You got Garrett Spriggs in 1st, you got Curtis Noble in 7th. We've seen him making some moves, and Alex Zirkle in that 8 truck just outside the top 10, but he was also making some moves and coming further forward. So excellent job. You look at our 5th place right now, that is your highest running Lone Star Racing driver. That's EJ Luna. You have Dustin Franklin and Bobby Mantle. So they're running 5th, 12th, and 13th. Not terrible. You got Franklin and Mantle just outside the top 10. They got a little work to do to get the rest of the team inside the top 10, but 110% doable right now. And then we take a look at Old Dogs Racing. They come in full force tonight. 5-driver roster for Old Dogs, led by Danny White, 2nd in points. You got Polly Torrance in 9th, Jonathan Gaston, 18th, Abram Ghostin in 19th, and James Robbins in 20th. So, again, still a lot of time for some of those other drivers trying to gain some positions. But Danny White, Polly Torrance, definitely trying to make some moves early.
Yes, they are. You see it right there. Good little graphic there to showcase some of these teams that are around the tracks here. As we're getting close to the 100 laps to go mark here. 23 in the books on 24 right now. 2 seconds is the gap between Garrett Spriggs and Donnie Honeycutt as of last lap by. As we get to this lap, we're going to see what the fall off looks like. A 1/10 gain from 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So Garrett might be on the downward slope here on this burst of run that he had out the gate early.
Yeah, and that's the bad thing. I mean, you still have to maintain tires. I mean, it could be that Garrett had such a big lead, Jeremy, because we've seen this time and time again, had such a big lead. He's laying off to conserve those tires a little bit. He might let them get into within a 1 second, and then he might turn the afterburners back on again and then stretch it back out. The way to elongate the life of the simulated good years on these trucks. It also could be that maybe he ran it too hard, and his tires they're heated up right now, whereas the other drivers, being Donnie, DJ, and Tyler Honeycutt, have been back there just doing a normal pace. That's telemetry, and that's information that we don't know. We're not inside the driver's head, so we don't know their strategy, but we have seen both happen and take place.
We surely are here as we go to our iRacing iFlag track map, as we're going to see what this place looks like after almost 30 laps.
Nope, because that's why.
No, for Rockingham?
It's the 2025 version of Rockingham, so the track map has actually not been uploaded and implemented.
That is not us, guys. That is an SDK thing. I know we couldn't produce that once already this year, and this is going to be number 2 with the 2025 updates.
And if you notice,
there's a couple other tracks that are like that too.
Well,
actually.
if you notice this year, Jeremy, it was the 2 newer tracks that were released. Those are the ones that we don't have the track maps for. And of course, OTSS just so happened to run both of those tracks very close to one another in their schedule there before SDK could get the track mapped up.
10-4 on that. As what we're going to do here is we're going to go to our first picture-in-picture commercial break here of the evening, as these guys continue to file in through the first 30 laps now, so 100 laps to go this time by. We're going to be back here in just a few moments.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm really hungry, but I'm trapped in here, and I dropped my last piece of boozy jerky on the floor. I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing me a bag of the most tender, flavorful booze-infused jerky on the planet? I promise I'll pay you back. I mean, I'd eat my piece, but I can't reach it. Oh, actually, I got it. Oh, it's so good. It's so tender, so flavorful. You should really pick yourself up a bag. But if you do, you can't eat it in here. Now, this is my spot. I own this spot. Boozy Jerky, the original booze-infused beef jerky with a pair, now available.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel.
2.
And back full screen here as we're on lap 42 of scheduled 130 laps here this evening. We remain green flag all the way through, and during that commercial break, flip-flop for the race lead. The 22, Donnie Honeycutt, takes it over, commanding lead now, almost 1 second over DJ Honeycutt. And that 81 truck who hit the go pedal a little too early, Garrett Spriggs, well, first to fourth goes the driver of the 81. Has quickly lost it to Ghost Motorsports. 1, 2, 3, they go. EJ Luna and Danny White following closely behind as they keep crawling to the 81 here, Dustin.
Yeah, and all season long, that's been the story, is the 24 and the 64 cannot get away from each other. They always seem to stay close, and that's why that point battle is so close between first and second. First being EJ Luna, second place being Danny White. But yeah, we had talked about it. Remember, just about 20 laps ago, Jeremy, we had talked about that, you know, it could be that, you know, Garrett Spriggs was just saving his tires because he had such a big lead, and then he was going to try to stretch it out, or that he could have burnt his tires up. And Jeremy, it looks like we got that answer. It looks like those tires were burnt up on that first run, but there's still another run to go. And we all know that drivers are very versatile. They're very adaptive. They learn from stuff like that. Just like they learn when a race has stages, they use that first stage as a tester. They learn from it. They adapt their strategy, their driving style. I wouldn't count the 81 out just yet, Jeremy. You wait until pit stops happen and we get stuff back in. I guarantee you at 81 of Garrett Spriggs definitely learned something on this first run. But early on, it looks like he might have burnt his stuff a little too early.
And might cue us into pit road stops here. Curtis Noble, driver of the 88, on pit road this time, giving up his position on track on lap 45 into 46. 66, Dave Harrington also calling pit road, one of the guys back in the back half of the field. So he's making his pit stop right now. So 2 trucks on this time around. Dustin, that means the window is very close to seeing everybody else jump on board.
Yeah, and up here in the booth, we were told that the fuel window was 75 to 80 laps. Now, Jeremy, if you look at this right now, they're getting close to lap 50. That right there puts it that they could stretch that. At lap 50 to 130, that's that 80-lap window. This could be their short pit. This could be our short pit group that's going on as well, if that 75 to 80-lap fuel window is accurate. So doesn't surprise me that some drivers are coming down and doing that if that fuel window is accurate, because this is their one and only stop. It could also be that our notebook, Jeremy, that has always been known to not be accurate. Maybe we need to throw this notebook out too, because maybe our fuel window is not accurate.
We'll see there. If it's 77, Chris Harrington, he's coming down pit road this time. That's the third driver calling it out on the radio. You know, we've seen the 1-stop versus 2-stop in this league in particular. And we've seen a lot of the 1-stops do much better than the 2-stop. As Garrett Spriggs in truck 81, 4th place. He's coming down pit roads. This is the first of the top 5. He's going to split this thing into thirds, 50, 100, 150, possibly, as he's on pit road nice and safely. But yeah, I have seen a lot more 1-stoppers do better than 2-stoppers, but you know, Rockingham's also a different place.
Yeah, and like I said, if our fuel math is accurate, I agree. We have seen the 1-stoppers do a whole lot better, but they do a whole lot better, Jeremy, if the race stays green. That's where those 1-stop strategies maximize and shine the most, is on those long, solid green flag runs where it goes flag to flag, or whatever the case is. If we do happen to see that little yellow thing kind of rear its face, and I'm not going to say anything, but
Nope.
if we do, that could really throw a monkey wrench in the game plan and the pit strategy for those 1-stoppers, if that is what they're trying to do.
DJ Honeycutt 15's on pit road. EJ Luna is on pit road.
I'm thinking
John
our
Border in the 7
math
came
is
down pit
incorrect
road.
here, my man. I'm thinking
Well,
incorrect.
I'm going to give credit, not you're doing a fine job. You said you were given a 75 lap stat. We're not driving, so we don't know this. We were provided that info from the drivers. And maybe they didn't think the tire wear was that bad. Maybe it's a tire wear situation versus the field. A lot of drivers up on the front pitting early. The 31 Jackson Clark, he's a midfielder tonight here in 10th place. He's coming down pit road this time. So, I don't know, Dustin. We got a couple of guys up at the front here. The 45-22, they're duking it out for the race lead. Like they're on fresh Goodyears. So I think it's a tire strategy thing versus the fuel thing.
And that very well could be, Jeremy. I mean, it could be very much like a Bristol scenario where, I mean, you can go 150 laps, 170 laps on a tank of fuel there because it's a half-mile track, but the drivers pit because of tires, because the tire wear on that surface and the grip level falls off so much. So it very well could be. It's not a fuel thing. The fuel window could be accurate, but these drivers are just pitting because they want that fresh simulated Goodyear rubber.
More drivers calling down pit road. I think one coming down this time by, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, right there. Number 3, Steve Rada, Nerdy Sports Driver. He's on pit road. There's C. Jackson Clark on your screen. There's number 3, ram in, ram out. This is what we're seeing on lap 55 here, the scheduled 130. As, I was going to make that. Dusty did it for me.
You can't sit here and say something like that without throwing a Quagmire giggity in there. I mean, come on.
That's right. That needs to be part of my soundboard. That's an update that's going to be had by next week. But, yep, ram in, ram out. And we're seeing right now the 45, Tyler Honeycutt leading it. Him and Donnie has a 10-second lead over third place Danny White. You see the trucks, majority of these have pitted at this point here.
The 31 at Jackson
Danny's
Clark
not.
is definitely one of those that's pitted. Danny White, the 64, and the 89 of Bobby Mantle have not pitted. Brad Miner there has not pitted. Obviously, we know that the 15 at DJ Honeycutt has pitted. Brad Miner hard into the wall there as he went through the corner there. But, Jeremy, we have an awesome stat provided, and a lot of trucks in the wall. What are they doing? Provided by our friends at AI Chief, and it is our pit report. And right now, your entire top 10 has not pitted. So from Tyler Honeycutt all the way down to Jonathan Gaston there, no stop yet in your top 10. And actually, I think it's your top 13 I don't think have pitted yet. So 13th being Steven Abbaset is not pitted. We know DJ Honeycutt has pitted in 14th, and we know Garrett Spriggs has pitted in 15th. So, again, strategies on this pit strategy. We're going to have to see how this plays out.
Yeah, it's a wide variance of laps here. As you see, in 74, Dustin Franklin, he's on pit road on lap 61 now, the 130 total scheduled. So we're getting close to the halfway mark, which is in the next 4 laps of this race for the North Carolina 122. Little 2 wide, all little quick 3 wide action, and that was just Garrett Spriggs on the bottom there, cycling through. Here's a potential good battle, but it's not, because John Borders on the fresh tires, Garrett Spriggs on the good tires, Danny White not. He's continuing to coast. Dustin, at this point, I guess you just have to go full send. Dustin Franklin might have pitted a little too late, because that would put him outside the fuel box, and he ran an extended time on the slow tires. So if you're on the track at this point without a pit stop, I would think just stretch it till you can.
Yeah, I also see, Jeremy, that drivers looking to try to meet that halfway point. I feel that once we hit that halfway marker, which will be in exactly 1 lap, you're going to see drivers up in the lead. Tyler Honeycutt, Donnie Honeycutt, Bobby Mantle probably peel off and go down pit road. They could stretch it out more to give them longer on that next set of simulated Goodyear tires. But I think the halfway point is that make or break. Once that happens, I have a feeling you're going to see more trucks peel down pit road.
Yep, I do agree, which is next lap. So get ready for the 45, get ready for a couple of these other guys. Ooh, Tyler making an evasive maneuver around the 76. Farrell Robbins as he hits the wall off of turn number 2. Very easy to do. Here comes The 22, Mr. Donnie Honeycutt calling pit road. Here we are, right at the halfway mark as planned. Bobby Mansell calling his shot for pit road this time. Danny White. So Dustin, you nailed it right at the halfway mark.
Yeah, and I mean that is very, very typical of drivers that their pit strategy is a one-stopper. I mean, if you can make it to that halfway point, you know what your truck did in the first half. You know you can stretch it the second half as well. And if you do have that late race little flapping yellow thing, again, not saying what it is.
What's that?
Yeah, no, we ain't playing that game. But if we do have one of those flapping yellow things late race, you do have extra sets of tires in the pits as well. And we know that that strategy has played out and panned out very well for drivers like Tyler Honeycutt. Speaking of Tyler Honeycutt, guess what? Past the halfway point, he's peeling down pit road.
Yep. On pit road as he goes, his teammate out the box and onto the back stretch. Nice clean stops, not just from the start of the race, not through the whole first run of the race, Dustin, but the pit stops, the pit entry. Literally, this is a perfect race as far as incident points is concerned so far. Love to see it for a track that could go oh so wrong for a lot of drivers in a hurry.
Yeah, and this is one of those tracks. It's definitely a driver's track, but it's one of those tracks that if you are not careful, it will jump out and bite you, like you said. It can go south very quick. As right now we see the leader, Jonathan Hammond, running it. Donnie Honeycutt on the fresh Goodyears. And Jeremy, this is where it gets tough. You know, because right now, Jonathan Hammond is your race leader. Donnie Honeycutt clearly faster with the fresh tires on there. This is a give or take, Jeremy. What is your take on it? I'm going to tell you what my take is on it between old tires and new tires. I feel that it's the driver with the fresh tire. It's their responsibility to get around the driver with the old tires like that, especially in this situation where it's the race leader, because they got the fresh tires. They can literally pass that driver anywhere they want. It's their responsibility. That driver on the old tires, the race leader, shouldn't have the responsibility to be required to move out of the way and give way to the fresh tire.
Yeah, so I think we're in agreement here, and I'm going to use the road course reference. Speaking of which, Nerd Esports going for their 4th straight finish attempt at the Sebring 12-hour on iRacing this weekend. So you can catch us live on Nerdtudes on the YouTube side, at least, probably even on Twitch, starting at 3 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Central Time as we go 12 hours deep in a Corvette GT3. But side plug there. Yeah, we're going to use that same reference. So in a multi-class race like we do every single year, the GTP, the prototypes, those get around the slower cars like the GT3s at their discretion. It is not up to the slower car, aka the GT3, to move out of the way of the faster car. They run their line, prototypes find a way. Same thing, if you're on the fresh Goodyears here tonight, and you're passing a bunch of trucks that are on older tires, you do the same thing. The faster trucks have to find a way around the slower truck, and that's how it should be in any series across the board.
And just like that, Jeremy, and I just for everybody out there, Jeremy and I don't always see eye to eye on stuff. That we've known each other over 2 decades. We don't always see eye to eye on everything, but every once in a while, Jeremy, you and I, we're clicking on the same wavelength. And I mean,
yes, we are. Look at that.
That's how I feel. But look at this gaggle and hornet's nest, Jeremy. We have all kinds of stuff going on. You seen the 72 just get by your race leader, Jonathan Hammond, right now. So that makes him the race leader as he's out there racing. But you got Jackson Clark in the 31 on fresh tires. You got the 74, Dustin Franklin on fresh tires. And everybody else behind on fresh tires. And you said 72 coming down pit road now. Peels off, gets out of the way. That's going to give the race lead back to the 92, Jonathan Hammond. DJ Honeycutt right now trying to make up. He is right there in the frame, Jeremy. He is going to eat up the 92 on those fresher Goodyear tires right now.
Yeah, that 72 there, Gaston was just bottling up the track there momentarily. He moves out of the way for his pit stop, and that's it here as we're on lap 75 now, the scheduled 130, just past the halfway mark. And we are going to take our second and probably final picture-in-picture commercial break, and we'll be back for some more awesome green flag racing from Rockingham. Stay tuned.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm really hungry, but I'm trapped in here, and I dropped my last piece of boozy jerky on the floor. I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing me a bag of the most tender, flavorful booze-infused jerky on the planet? I promise I'll pay you back. I mean, I'd eat my piece, but I can't reach it. Oh, actually, I got it. Oh, it's so good. It's so tender, so flavorful. You should really pick yourself up a bag. But if you do, you can't eat it in here. Now, this is my spot. I own this spot. Boozy Jerky, the original booze-infused beef jerky with a pair. Now available.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And back to full screen here after the commercial break and playoff implications. Driver of the number 64, Danny White, speeding on pit road through the first third of pit lane. 3 mile an hour faster than the sector allowed, and bam, 40-second hold for the driver of the 64. Remember, he came into this thing 3 points outside of the points lead. And just like that, that 40-second hold at the short track puts him 2 laps down, back in 19th place, whereas points competitors sit 3rd and 4th. So this doesn't eliminate him for the final race of the season if this pylon holds true. But that is a very, very steep hill to climb, Dustin.
It is. I mean, huge implications on it. And it's heartbreaking that happens on the semifinal race before the championship event. I mean, you see the championship standings right now for the OTSS Select Series presented by Empower Ed Research Institute, 3 points out. But Jeremy, that doesn't seem like it's, how big of a hit can he take? But you have to look at his championship competitors. Your points leader, EJ Luna, running 4th right now. 2nd place, Tyler Honeycutt is in 3rd place right now. DJ Honeycutt currently leading the race right now, and Donnie Honeycutt in 4th place right now, just past EJ Luna, pushing him back to 5th. Everybody else around him that's going for this championship, Jeremy, are literally in the top 5. The only one breaking up the top 5 of non-championship drivers is that 81 of Garrett Spriggs.
The only thing that's going to help Danny is he's on the one-stop strategy versus the 2, and if the 2-stop was the bad call, he might get a small buffer to assist him on that. But overall, yeah, this is just, it's no good. You hate to see it, but some great racing right ahead of him here. Not necessarily for any particular reason. There's a couple drivers second and third place, of course, Garrett Spriggs and Tyler Honeycutt. Then you're mixed in with the Paulie Torrance number 6 truck, who's in 13th. Jonathan Gaston in front of them in 12th. So this is what one-stop versus two-stop looks like. You spread out your field of strategies, and all of a sudden you got people from all places, shapes, and sizes all mixing it up here at Rockingham.
Yeah, and the scoring tower absolutely loves when this happens, when you're sitting here trying to pinpoint a driver based on position and not based on what you're looking at on the track. And it's tough, Jeremy, because you're not going to see how the strategy on pit road fully plays out until we actually see that checkered flag at the end of the race, because anything can happen between now and when that checkered flag flies that could drastically alter the pit strategy going on. So it could be that Danny White may make out of this not too shabby. But as it sits right now, because we still got those strategies trying to play out, we don't know where he sits. But besides this exact moment, and right now it's not looking good until we see how the strategies play.
Yeah, 100% there. And as we get to about the next, 5-10 laps, we'll see if everybody else does make their second pit stop that's on the 2-stopper. And that'll be, well, we're really close right now to 30 laps to go. There's your AI Chief pit stop report of your top 10 currently. And everyone's on the 4 tires, and laps since pit road 45, 30, 46, 31. So they're there. Well, here we go. 81, Garrett Spriggs, 3rd place. He's calling down pit road right now. So just like that, bada bing, bada boom. We're going to see what the strategy looks like after the second pit stop.
Yeah, and this right here is going to be the key that opens up everything for us right now on how well this is going to work. It's all going to depend on how Garrett Spriggs gets out of pit road and where he's going to be positioned at on track amongst all the other competitors right now. 7 of John Border, 24 of EJ Luna, also in. 31 of Jackson Clark, also in on pit road as they make their entries going down.
3, 2, 1 on the box. Boom, boom. That's it. So good stop for these two drivers here as they're next to each other on the pit boxes. And we're going to see here in just the next couple laps how this plays out. As Danny White is actually really hoping that it does not work out for the 2-stoppers. Here's the 15, DJ Honeycutt. He's on pit road this time around. I think Curtis Noble, he might be calling it out as well. It is a mix-up all over the place here, so don't pay attention to that scoring pylon, because it is scrambled eggs right now for the next few laps.
Oh, absolutely, and it's going to be that way. And like I said, we have to let these drivers that are on this 2-stop strategy play out and see where they sit at. But that's why we said it could be Danny White may not be as bad as he actually looks right now. But you see what happens on that single stop. DJ Honeycutt leading the race, not even out of pit road, all the way back to 11th already. And as now he crosses the line, he's out of pit road, has to cross this merge line. Now he can get back on the track. P11 is where he is sitting at right now. P12 is the 2 of Steven Abbassett just passed.
Yeah, he goes around. You got trucks on the high side, low side, trying to figure out how to get around the multitude of different strategies and the pace that the drivers are running. And I love this track because you can multi-groove this thing. You can pass guys high or low. It does not matter. Is whatever your truck's handling best. It is a fixed setup. However, you can adjust the steering ratio and maybe a touch of the brake bias. Maybe you want to press the brake a little bit more, so you set some rear brake in, help the truck rotate. Maybe you just coast it on in early and don't touch the brake. So Rockingham's a very versatile track, as we're just now getting under the 30 laps to go mark on lap 102, headed off to 103. And Dustin, we haven't even been live on YouTube for 1 hour, and this thing's about to come to a close.
Yeah, 27 laps to go, but I mean that's the quality of racing that has that we all come to expect out of OTSS now, and this talented group of drivers. A lot of give and take on here because Jeremy, this is a track that you can easily slip up, overdrive it, and take out your fellow competitors. But we have witnessed a lot of give and take, a lot of space, a lot of spatial awareness when it comes to other drivers around you. Like if a driver gets up into the wall, other drivers are veering off. A lot has been shown at this track here, and it's proven it, Jeremy. We got 26 laps to go, haven't even been on air, just past the hour mark. We're at 1 hour 2 minutes and 52 seconds, and Jeremy, we're almost done with this race. 25 laps to go.
Very cool to see. Very clean race. I love to see it at Rockingham. And you see Curtis Noble on pit road. Chris Harrington in the 77. He's on pit road, or at least calling for it this time by. You see my early entrance, Dustin, well early into turn 3. Playing the safety route goes to 77. But he's 6 laps down. Nothing really to fight for there.
Not a bad call, though. It's...
Yeah.
Because
safe call.
Yeah, we've seen the 72 when he was coming down pit road in a pack of trucks. Like it kind of got probably a little closer than some drivers would have liked. That's a safe call. Like you said, 6 laps down. You know what? I'm just going to sit here and enter in 3 and just coast around the apron and just stay out of the way and not have to worry about anybody checking up. Not a bad call at all.
100% there. And it looks like, Dustin, we're not going to be getting a caution flag. At least I mentioned the word. You're welcome. So far here tonight. So what we're going to do is, since we can't shout out our +1 extra lap because these guys are just so damn good, we're going to cycle our camera to the number 3 truck, Steven Rada, out there. Not running the best out there in 18th, but we're going to give that sponsor shout out because that is Steve's main go-to sponsor each and every single week, doesn't matter where he's driving, but see, he's running on the hood, he's got it on the tailgate, he's got it everywhere, posted all over the place. We appreciate the extra life for what they do for children and everything. And I know Steve's had a great donation goal over the past year. He's been working hard on getting that thing promoted, and we got ours, and it's just a cool thing to see.
Yeah, I mean, the whole team has actually been doing very well. I mean, if truth be told, our fellow nerd Chad Mikos right now is just stomping the crap out of us. He actually set a goal, I think, of 250 and surpassed that, and has already hit 500. He increased his goal to 500 and already hit that. I know Steve sat here and got his first medal last year, which was in last year's campaign. Super cool, and congratulations to him. I still struggle. To do it. But you know what? It doesn't matter how much you raise, if any. It's the whole point of just supporting it. And it's something that us nerds love doing. We love supporting Extra Life. And I give a huge shout out to Steve Rada and to Chad Mikos as well for their contributions to the Nerditudes team for Extra Life. So much love and respect for both of those guys.
Yeah, they've been, at least Steve for sure with us has been a core person through all of our years doing this underneath an LLC, and even beforehand, decades prior. So as we thank them for that, we got 20 or less than 20 laps to go now, I do believe. Yeah, less than 20, 19. And here we go. We're going to kind of go over the 2 versus 1 strategies. Who did it right? Who did it wrong? Garrett Sprague's top 5 truck. He took the 2-stopper. He's 1 lap down. DJ Honeycutt, top 3 driver. He took the 2-stopper. 1 lap down. So the 1-stopper again is going to prove king in the truck series, at least for OTSS. So your 1-stopper is Tyler Honeycutt with a 3.2 second lead over Donnie Honeycutt. Bobby Mantle's a 1-stopper who started 13th. He's able to gain 10 spots from that. Dustin Franklin continue to be a solid top 5 driver. But then our points guys. Tyler Honeycutt first, EJ Luna back there in 12th, and then Danny White we covered in 15th. So just like that, Tyler Honeycutt, look at this. He's going to come out of this thing the points leader if it stays green for the next 16 laps.
Yeah, and I don't know. At times like this, Jeremy, I scratch my head because this is not the first time we've seen a race like this where you had the opportunity to 2-stop it or to 1-stop it. And we have seen multiple times where the 1-stoppers have dominated. So I'm surprised that more drivers have not jumped on that bandwagon to one stop it, to make it, have more trucks there, to potentially try to go for the victory, or to try to, jumble up the top 10 a little bit more. It's shocking because look at it this way. As it sits right now, I mean, we see DJ Honeycutt just got his lap back the hard way, but as it sits right now, there's only 7 drivers on the lead lap as it sits right now. If that yellow flapping thing would show its face, that means that all of the other drivers, if they want to sit here and get their lap back, you know that the top 7 will go in and get fresh tires. But every other driver from 8th place on back would have to stay out to get the wave around. That means they can't get fresh tires. They're still at a huge disadvantage. So if that would happen, the only people that have a chance to take the win are your top 7 on the lead lap. So like you said, it has proven itself again. The one-stop strategy is primo.
It's proved itself too many times, I feel like, this season, to stray away from that. And, I was kind of thinking about it. I was like, well, you got your, if you have a 2-second fall off, you're going to miss 2 seconds here, 2 seconds there trying to save. But then on pit road, at least at Rockingham on a short track, oh, we got some smoke there after turn 2. I think we're safe. Yeah, it was a good save, I think, from Bradley Minor. Oh, he's on pit road. Never mind. I'm sorry. I thought I saw some smoke. But either way, going back to what I was saying, pit stop here at Rockingham is not that far. Not that long of a pit stop. It's you're probably on pit road in total of, 40 seconds. So if you do it twice, that's 80 seconds. You don't lose that 40 seconds. Like, I really feel like we know for sure that the one-stopper is king. But when these guys get behind the wheel and put their helmet on, then, they think they have a strategy that could work. And maybe it's worked in the past. And just not here tonight.
Yeah. Is right now, I mean, the first driver that's on the 2-stopper is DJ Honeycutt running in 4th place, but Jeremy, he is 20 seconds outside of the lead. 20 seconds outside the lead. With 10 laps to go, he's, unless a huge mistake happens, he has minimal chance to try to catch up on any of the other drivers. He might have a chance to try to catch in depending on what his lap time is compared to Bobby Mantle, because there's only a 10-second difference there. He would have to gain a second to a second and a 2/10 each lap in order to do that. But I mean, to try to catch your race leader, Tyler Honeycutt, in 2nd place, Donnie Honeycutt, it's going to be tough. So, I mean, like you said, I mean, that single stop, no matter what angle you look at it, seems to be the dominant strategy.
Closing down here, Dustin. We're at the top of the hour. 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, and we got 8 laps remaining in this thing. Appreciate you guys for tuning in on the YouTube and Twitch side. I know the viewer count is not as high as it's been in past, but regardless, thank you guys for tuning in and watching us anyways. I know the chat's been pretty quiet overall. And this thing is all said and done almost for the 45. 2.7 seconds is the gap between himself and the 22 of Donnie Honeycutt, who Donnie's been trying to pass some people on the outside, trying to get some clearance. You got a lot of traffic in front. You see that right there. It doesn't help if he's trying to make any kind of gains. He lost almost a half a second over Tyler that time by, as we got 5 to go coming up this time.
Yeah, and that's what's tough, is when you're out there on this strategy, you're on older tires. Everybody that's around you is on fresher tires. Like, he's just seen EJ Luna just blitz by the double deuce, and Donnie's just trying to make up as much ground on Tyler that he can, but he's struggling because of the lap traffic. That's what is tough when it comes to a track like this here. But that's the give and take to put the strategy that will put you in a situation that Donnie's in right now, by running P2 right now, looking at a solid finish right now, and it just, traffic is not playing to his factor. But I mean, all the other drivers are trying everything they can to try to gain positions too, because they may not be racing Donnie Honeycutt, but they're racing the other trucks around them for position.
Yep. And it makes it fun to watch, and you're like, oh, there's a position on the track that's up for grabs, and you're like, nope, That's just 1 lap down versus a 2 lap down, or lead lap versus 1 lap down, or whatever the case is. But 3 laps to go here. Couple laps left. Ooh, Tyler Honeycutt going extra wide, trying to let the 46 and Steve Rada in the 3 by, which he does so. But that was kind of risky, moving up right against the outside wall. Don't damage the thing this late into the race, as we got 2 laps to go for this man who's going to be taking the points lead to Homestead.
Yeah, and this is one thing. And Jeremy, I find this comical. Okay, if you remember back last week in North Wilkesboro, I do recall a certain driver that may be piloting the 45, a one Mr. Tyler Honeycutt, when we asked him what his plan was to take it to the end for the championship.
Oh, yeah.
And he said that he does not run very well at Rockingham. Rockingham was just not his jive. This man just took the white flag, Jeremy. He just wanted to survive Rockingham because Homestead is the track that he actually typically runs very well at. Jeremy, he is 2 corners away from taking the victory at Rockingham and setting himself up to start one of his better tracks in the points lead. Tyler Honeycutt takes your win at the Rock.
I don't believe these drivers anymore, Dustin. On these post-race, I don't believe them. They just, talking a game just to kind of mask their actual feelings about the place. And Tyler Honeycutt bringing home his second checkered flag of the 2026
I'm calling him on it.
season.
I'm calling him on it. You know I am.
Yeah, you should.
You
You've
know
done
I
it in the past. I call out the burnouts hitting the wall. You call out lies on the microphone.
I'm
That's just what
gonna
we
call
do here.
shenanigans. That's what I'm calling. Nerd shenanigans. Shenerdikins, man. Shenerdikins. That's what it is.
One week away, or 1 week removed from the old Shamrock Day this past Tuesday, and here we go. We're gonna call shenanigans on the 45 as he's gonna burn it down for the second time this season. Remember, started off at Charlotte. Terrible start to the first race. Had to climb his way up the ranks, and it took him almost the entire season, but he is now your points leader overall. And here we go. The unofficial results here tonight for the second to final race at Rockingham. Tyler Honeycutt, Donnie Honeycutt, and Bobby Mantle. Those 3 will be in our Nerd TV booth here shortly. DJ Honeycutt and Garrett Spriggs around the top 5. And Jonathan Gaston, the last truck. 6 drivers on the lead lap. 7th on back is 1 lap down or more. It's going to be EJ Luna, Abram Ghostin, Jonathan Hammond, and Dustin Franklin finishes in 10th. 11th is Alex Zirkle. Then you got Polly Torrance, Jackson Clark, Stephen Abbassed, Curtis Noble in 15th. Danny White in 16th. Then you got Farrell Robinson, John Border, Dave Harrington, Stephen Rada in 20th. Bradley Miner, Christopher Harrington, and Jared Hammond, who tried to make the attempt, did not make it in per charter, does get the 23rd overall slot on the iRacing leaderboard. All right, let's see who we got. We got Bobby up on the channel ready to go. We got the other ones. Okay, let's go. Victory Fuel post-race show is underway. And we're going to bring in the 89, Mr. Bobby Mantle. 3rd place finish from 13th starting. Bobby, congrats on the top 3.
Thank you.
One stopper, man. One stopper was the way to go. Was that your plan from the first lap?
Definitely save tires here, aim for the long run, and 1 stop, and away you go.
I tell you what, man, it's that Jeremy and I had a lot of talks about that we were surprised more drivers did not take the one-stop strategy approach after seeing it work so well at a number of other tracks already this season. Did that catch you off guard that more drivers were electing to take that 2-stop approach?
I did a little bit. This track is really unforgiving on your right front tire, though. It's so easy to drive too hard in this corner. Feel like you're fine, and then halfway through you're on your toast. So not too surprising that some guys didn't have a choice, had to do it. But for the most part, I think a lot of the guys try to stretch it, go for that 1 stop.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you what, and a follow-up question, Bobby. It's you came in this race, I believe it was 6th in points, 26 out. You needed to have a good finish. You had obviously a stellar finish, top 3 podium right now. You had drivers EJ Luna finished 7th, so he finished further back than what you did. And then you had Danny White finish 16th after a costly pit road speeding violation that he got caught with as well. Now that moves you closer. How do you feel, one, about yourself going into Homestead and what positions you might be able to gain in the championship standings? And how do you feel overall about how close the championship standings are for the inaugural season for OTSS?
It's awesome how close the standings are. It just goes to show how competitive these guys are, the depth of the field. It's really cool to see. I'm pretty confident going into Homestead. That's one of my better tracks. So as long as I don't butcher my cue like I did here tonight, I should stand a pretty good chance at bringing home another podium and hopefully take a run at the title against the Honeycuts.
And there you go, man. That's very well spoken. And I tell you what, it's going to be a stiff card, man. Championship points are close. This is what Jeremy and I love to see in the booth because you have no idea, who's going to get it, where they're going to finish until that checkered flag flies next week at Homestead. But either way, man, fantastic job tonight. Well deserved. Excellent run. Floor is all yours, my man.
Well, I got to say thanks to you guys. It's always an awesome broadcast. And big thanks to our sponsors this season. Empower Ed has been amazing. Done some great things for this league. Really, really shot us ahead of where I thought we would be. So thank you very much, guys. And thank you to all the guys that keep showing up here. And great job tonight.
Yeah, appreciate you, sir. And go get them next week at Homestead. We'll catch you then. All right, that was 89, Mr. Bobby Mantle. Now we're going to talk to second place finisher, Donnie Honeycutt. Truck number 22 finishes in P2. Donnie, congrats on the solid performance all night long.
I appreciate it, Jimmy.
Yes, sir. One stopper was king here. You and quite a few others took it and ran away with it there. So what was the difference between you and Tyler? Same team, same practice, I do believe, and 4.5 seconds was the gappage. Didn't you guys pit pretty similar together?
Yep, we pitted 1 lap difference. We had a practice this week, and Tyler has never ran good here at Rockingham, so I helped him out a little bit, and I think I helped him a little bit too much. But
Yeah, you did.
uh, yeah, the first run there, I ran a little harder than what I taught him. He was doing what I told him to do, and that's why he ran me back down. But yeah, the second time after the pit stop, I slowed it up a little bit, just try to have a better truck on, better tires on the long run. But I let him get a little too far out there. But he did good, so I'm just glad we got a 1-2 finish there for Ghost Motorsports.
Yeah, excellent job. An excellent run tonight, Donnie. I tell you what, man, the points battle is super close and it's super intense going into Homestead for next week. It's going to be an awesome show next week. And you and DJ came in tonight tied for fourth at 15 points out. Now, you finished 2 spots higher than DJ tonight, so you're obviously going to climb that ladder a little bit more. What's it going to take to get that double deuce into that top spot when the checkered flag flies next week at Homestead?
Unless Tyler has problem or anybody, the other guys, I don't think I have anything for him. Tyler runs really good at Homestead, so I'm decent there, but he's got me. He's got a little more of an edge on me there. So yeah, like I said, if he don't have any trouble, and I think Tyler might have it, but like I said, it ain't just me and Tyler and DJ. I think maybe was it EJ and Danny. I'm not sure where he finished. I think he finished like 16th. I'm not sure where he'll be in the points either. But yeah, it's gonna be a tough one going into next week. But yeah, we'll. I think I'm gonna have some help for me to be able to win the championship.
All right, you
Well-
heard it here, Jeremy. I heard Donnie sit here and say that he's going to be going in the 45s camp next week at Homestead and puncturing some tires and kind of ripping open some fuel lines there to make sure there's some mechanical failures. That's what I heard.
Hey,
I
that
also
sounds good to me.
heard. I also heard that the favor needs to be returned. Donnie helped Tyler this week. Tyler needs to help Donnie next week.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
I agree. I agree. But yeah, I've won 2 or 3 races there, but I have won a couple on gas mileage, and I outdone Tyler on gas mileage there. So maybe it'll come to gas mileage. Who knows?
All right, we'll see. See if Tyler runs out of fuel. Maybe that pulled fuel line there from Donnie to Tyler's truck might happen.
There you go.
All right, man. Any shout outs before we let you go?
Yeah, just all my teammates, DJ, Tyler, Bradley, Ghost Motorsports, all did a pretty good job tonight. I think Bradley had some issues and sped on pit road, but DJ finished 4th, so shout out to him. Like I said, good win for Tyler. Good 3rd place for Bobby there as well. I know he started a little way back. He's good on long runs here too. So anyway, all my family, my friends, my brother, my mom, they watch all our races. So shout out to them, all the admins and the team owners. sponsors, and Empower Ed Research Institute. So appreciate them stepping up, helping our league out, and you guys for doing the broadcast each and every week. Enjoy watching the broadcast as usual, and everybody that watches the broadcast. So shout out to those guys.
All right, thanks, man. Go have some fun next week and close out this awesome 2026 season with a bang.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. That was Donnie Honeycutt, P2 here tonight. And now the man who said he sucks at Rockingham. We're going to talk to him. Tyler Honeycutt not only wins the race, but takes the points lead, and doesn't just take the points lead, he takes it with a commanding points lead. Tyler Honeycutt, congratulations on your second victory of the year.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Yes, sir. What a truck, man. Pretty fast overall. Yeah, edged Donnie by 4.5 seconds after a 1 lap difference on pit road. What did you do tonight that put you so fast here?
So coming into the week, I've never ran good at this track at all. My dad has always ran good, pretty much win every time we come here. So I was like, hey, can you show me what you do here? And all week he was showing me what he does. In practice, I was like, after by the end of that practice, I was doing better than him on a long run, and then tonight I did better than him on a long run. And then the race comes around, and I don't know, but that thing came to life at the end of the run, and I was able to put a few seconds on everybody at the end of each run, and just executed on pit road and prayed for no caution. And I don't know, I've never been able to finish top three at this track, so it comes at a really good time.
Well, I'm going to sit here and say this. You're absolutely right. It does come at a good time. But you know what? It didn't dawn on us, Tyler, until the white flag lap. And I'm like, hold on a second. And I said, Jeremy, do you remember last week when we talked to Mr. Tyler Honeycutt about his championship hopes and what his plan was? And his response was that that Rockingham is not one of his good tracks. I'm like, and he is 2 corners away from taking the checkered flag. We call shenanigans. We are not listening to anything you guys tell us anymore in Victory Lane when you say you suck at a track because you turn around and prove us wrong. So, but no, man, congratulations, man. It was an awesome run.
Oh, dude, it was so much fun, and I was watching the guys around me almost wreck those last 20 laps, and I was just like, please don't. I can't hold these guys off on a short run. So, I don't. That came out of nowhere. I was just as shocked as you guys, and yeah, hopefully that puts me in a decent spot for the points lead, and I just got to execute next week and hopefully bring the championship home.
Well, from what you said, and again, I use that phrase very loosely because I mean you told us one thing last week and that was wrong, but we're gonna trust you again. From what you said, Homestead is one of your best tracks that you run, and that was also when we interviewed Donnie. He said the same thing. He said Tyler runs. He's on a whole new level when it comes to Homestead compared to himself. So with that stated, what's it gonna take to keep all these other cats behind you and try to take that championship next week?
Yeah, it just depends on how many points I got ahead of second place on what strategy I take. If I got a good cushion, I might not push the issue and then, just take it easy and try not to get in a wreck or get wrecked. So we'll just see how much I'm in the lead by, and we'll go from there. But I'm just hoping to do what I did tonight, stay out of trouble, qualify up front, and hopefully put it on them.
And there you go, man. You can't ask for much more. I can guarantee you one thing, Jeremy and Tyler. Next week is going to be an amazing race. The points battle super close. I'm surprised at how close the points battle is going into next week, and I'm super excited to see how it all plays out when we see that final checkered flag for your guys' inaugural season. But congratulations, Tyler, on your victory at one of your worst tracks that you say that it was one of your worst tracks. But congratulations either way. Floor is yours, my man.
Yeah, man. Thank you to you guys for the broadcast. You guys do a phenomenal job. Can't wait to go back and watch it. To see that 45 up front, that's always a good thing. So thank you guys. Shout out to all my friends and family that's watching. My grandma, she loves watching. So I told her earlier I was gonna try to win for her tonight, and we got it done. So hopefully she had a blast watching. Shout out to Ghost Motorsports, my dad, DJ, Bradley. Um, a lot of fun racing with those guys every week. And shout out to just all the drivers and all the admins involved. Couldn't do it without them. And this is something special that we're creating over here. and glad to have a good race compared to last week. So just shout out to everybody for another good run.
I appreciate you, Tyler. Go have fun next week, and we will talk to you then.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one.
You too. All right, there we go. There's your top 3 here tonight for the second to final race of the year. Dustin, that was a fantastic Rockingham race.
Flag to flag at the Rock, man, in trucks. Excellent race. I mean, great racing all the way around. We've seen pit strategy. We've seen the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows. We've seen championship implications with pit road penalties. We've seen a lot. A lot took place tonight at this track here, and it is just setting up for what is going to be a phenomenal championship race week next Tuesday at Homestead, Miami for all these drivers here at OTSS Select Series presented by Empower Ed Research Institute. Jeremy, I'm super stoked. And you know me, I'm kind of hit or miss at Homestead at times, but I'm super stoked to hit Homestead next week.
Yep, me too. It's always a great track to race at, a great track to watch, especially here at OTSS. I'm expecting nothing different from these guys like they put on a show here tonight for us, but we're going to bring this thing to a close. Thank you guys for tuning in once more. We will be back live this Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central, for the Smoky Mountain Sim Racing Cup Series as they are continuing their middle of their season for 2026. And you guys have a good rest of your night. Stay safe. Get your nerd on. Dustin, what you got for him?
As always, it is not goodbye. It's just till next time. Stay nerdy out there.
Touchscreen and louder to the range. Few buttons and glow of the pixel blaze. The rubber moves roll with a fist clenched tight. Your TV lights up the endless night. Fight to fight, we live the speed. Our TV feeds our endless need. Heartbeats pound and engines cry. Best broadcast under the virtual sky. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racer staring through the thunder soul. Gear shifts crack like a lightning storm. Digital warriors breaking the norm. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racer staring through the thunder soul. Gear shifts crack like a lightning storm. Did you